There's something strange about the moment you clicked on this video. You weren't randomly browsing. You were searching. Not for entertainment, but for confirmation. Lately you've been feeling something you can't quite name. You know where you want to go. You can see it clearly in your mind, but you're not there yet. That gap, the space between where you are and where you're trying to be, is starting to feel heavier. Some mornings you wake up electric, convinced tomorrow everything will click. Other mornings you can barely get out of bed because it feels like you're running in place, exhausting yourself while going nowhere. You start to wonder, is this just how it's going to be? Maybe you're the exception, the one person for whom it doesn't work out. Here's why this video found you now. You're standing inside the most important phase of your entire journey. The phase nobody talks about, the one that separates people who make it from people who don't. You're in between. This message appears only for people in that exact space. Once you cross over, once you break through, you won't need to see this again because you'll be living it. Right now you're living in two realities at once. There's the reality you can see. You're still building, still struggling, still waiting for things to align. Then there's the reality you can feel. A version of you that has what you're working toward already exists, and you can sense them. You know they're real. You know you're becoming them. But the gap between those two versions, who you are and who you're becoming, that's where you're stuck. It's disorienting. Some days the future version feels so close you could touch them. You make decisions from that place. You move with confidence. You feel unstoppable. Other days, the current version feels heavy, far behind, inadequate, so much so that you can't imagine ever bridging the distance. That oscillation, the emotional whiplash, isn't a sign something's wrong. It's a sign you're exactly where you need to be. Because here's what nobody tells you about growth. It isn't linear. It's not a steady climb where you feel a little better every day. It's chaos. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 1 giant leap, then a month that feels like standing still. During that process your mind tries to make sense of it. It looks for patterns, tries to predict when the breakthrough will come. But you can't predict it. You can only prepare for it. Preparation doesn't look like motivation. Motivation is loud and fleeting. Preparation looks like showing up on the days you don't feel like it. It looks like taking action without proof it's working. It looks like choosing the harder right over the easier wrong when no one is watching. That's what you've been doing. Maybe you haven't given yourself credit for it. Maybe you've been so focused on how far you still have to go that you haven't noticed how far you've already come. But you are doing it. You're in it. And the fact that you're tired, that some days feel impossible, that's not failure. That's the weight of transformation. You're carrying 2 versions of yourself, the old one that's dissolving and the new one that's forming. That's heavy. Of course you're exhausted. Now let's talk about that voice in your head that shows up on the bad days and asks, is this even going to happen for me? That voice sounds like doubt. It sounds like fear. But it's actually something else. It's your system checking in, making sure you really want this. Making sure you're willing to keep going when it's hard. Because if you weren't serious, if this was just a fantasy or a phase, you would have quit by now. You would have found an easier path. You would have convinced yourself you didn't really want it. But you're still here. Still showing up. Still wondering. That persistent question of when, not if, is actually faith. Messy, uncomfortable, doubt-filled faith. You wouldn't still be asking when if you didn't believe it was coming. You'd have walked away. The fact that you're still in the game, still swinging, still willing to endure the in-between, proves you know something deeper than your doubt. You know you're built for this. You just wish it would hurry up. Here's the thing about people who've made it. Every single one of them went through this phase, the in-between. The place where you can see the destination but you're not there yet. The place where belief and doubt trade places every other day. the place where you do everything right and still see no immediate results. But they stayed anyway. Not because they were more confident, but because they didn't let doubt make the decision. They let action make the decision. And that's the only difference between you and them right now. They're on the other side of the in-between, and you're still in it, but you're walking through it. You're moving. As long as you keep moving, you'll get there. It's not a question of if. It's only ever been a question of when. So here's something practical, because I know you're tired of vague encouragement. Stop measuring progress by how you feel. Feelings lie. They fluctuate with sleep, stress, comparison, and 1,000 variables that have nothing to do with whether you're actually moving forward. Instead, measure progress by what you did, not what you felt while doing it. Did you show up today, even if it was messy? Did you take one action that moved you even slightly closer to where you want to be? Did you not quit when part of you wanted to stop? If you answered yes, that's progress. The in-between phase isn't measured by milestones. It's measured by consistency, by the decision to keep walking even when you can't see the path. Even on the days it doesn't feel like enough, it is. You're building a practice. You're accumulating small decisions that add up. You're training yourself to move without needing constant proof. That's the skill that creates breakthroughs. Here are 5 simple practices you can start today. Tiny habits that compound. Daily minimum. Pick one non-negotiable task that moves you forward and commit to doing it every day, even for 5 minutes. Consistency beats intensity. 5 minutes every day beats a sporadic 6-hour sprint. Track actions, not emotions. Keep a small log, 3 lines each day. What you did, what you learned, what you'll try tomorrow. Over weeks, evidence replaces mood as your true progress meter. Short feedback loops. Test quickly and cheaply. A tiny experiment is better than endless planning. Try, measure, adjust. Each failed test narrows possibilities and accelerates the right path. Protective boundaries. Guard your energy. Say no more often to things that pull you sideways. The in-between rewards focus. Distractions waste your most valuable resource, your time and attention. Reconnect to purpose. Once a week, write 1 sentence about why you started. Read it aloud. It resets your compass and fuels motivation when doubt gets loud. A short micro-practice you can use anywhere. Close your eyes for 60 seconds. Breathe in for 4 counts. Hold 2. Breathe out for 6. With each exhale, imagine releasing 1 worry or distraction. Then, picture 1 small action you'll take in the next 24 hours. This anchors you in the present and converts vague desire into a concrete next step. Remember, progress is patient. Breakthroughs rarely announce themselves. They unfold. Trust the rhythm, honor the small steps, and keep moving with gentle urgency. You are not alone. If this resonated and you felt seen, do something simple. Drop 3 words in the comments. I'm still walking. No explanation, no justification. Just those 3 words. When you declare it publicly, something shifts. It stops being a private struggle and becomes a shared journey. If you know someone stuck in the in-between, share this with them and ask them to write it too. Sometimes we need to hear we're not the only ones in the woods. There's a whole community of people taking 1 step at a time, not because they can see the path, but because staying still isn't an option. If you want more of these conversations, subscribe. If supporting through Super Thanks feels right, it helps me invest in better production so these messages reach you with more clarity. Either way, the fact that you're here matters. You're closer than you think. Closer than your doubt wants you to believe. Closer than your circumstances reflect. The gap between where you are and where you're going is smaller than it's ever been, not because time passed, but because you've changed. You've grown. You've become someone different than who you were when you started. And that growth, that transformation, is what closes the gap. Not luck, not timing, not perfect conditions. It's becoming the person who doesn't need perfect conditions to succeed. The person who doesn't need constant validation to keep moving. The person who doesn't need to see the whole path to take the next step. That person is forming right now, in the in-between, in the doubt, in the days you showed up anyway. When you finally break through and look back, you'll see the in-between wasn't the obstacle. It was the answer. It was where you became who you needed to be. So keep walking. Keep showing up. Keep trusting that the path reveals itself to those who move. You're not lost. You're just not there yet. That's exactly where every person who made it had to be before they arrived. This is your season. Honor it. This video found you in the middle of it. You won't need to see it again, because by the time you're looking for it, you'll already be living proof that the in-between was worth it. Now, before you click away, do this with me. Stand up if you can. Place your hand over your heart. Look straight into the camera or your reflection, and say out loud, with as much volume as you can muster, "I'm still walking." Say it once. Say it again, this time louder. Say it a third time and feel the words land in your body. On-screen text, say it now, 3x. Small clap sound after each line. Good. Still standing? Great. Now grab a pen or open your notes and write down 3 real things you did this week. Not how you felt, but what you actually did. Be specific, sent 1 cold email, wrote intro paragraph, worked out twice, posted 1 video. Don't judge them. Don't edit. Just write. On screen, 3 things, 90 seconds. Timer graphic. Commit to 1 tiny action you will do in the next 24 hours that you can and will do. Say it out loud and type it in the comments. I'm still walking, my 1 action. Click send. If you can, tag 1 person who needs to hear this. Public commitment turns private intention into momentum. Here's a micro ritual to anchor the next step. Close your eyes for a slow breath. Inhale 4, hold 2, exhale 6, 3 times. With each exhale, picture 1 obstacle shrinking. With the last exhale, picture 1 small win you'll create tomorrow. Open your eyes and write that single next step beneath your comment. The simplest actions compound. Finally, let's make this real together. If you felt seen, press like. If you felt moved, drop the 3 words in the comments now. I'm still walking. And if you want more short reminders like this, quick practices, tiny challenges, real accountability, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Do it not for me, but so you'll get another nudge when you forget how close you are. Alright, go do that 1 thing. Come back and tell us what happened. We'll be here, 1 step at a time.